Hey, I'm Emma Shorty from schoolofscratch.com, and in this video I'll teach you how to do the crab scratch, which sounds like this. The crab is a fader hand technique which produces sounds by running your fingers over the fader to cut the sound in sharply, like this. Each finger slides across the fader and snaps it open briefly to make a sound, whilst the thumb acts like a spring. I'll show you a closed fader technique which uses 3 fingers, which creates a tight, choppy, stuttering sound. We start with the fader closed and end with it closed. Each finger movement makes one sharp sound. Our finger provides light pressure to keep the fader closed. Next, lift your forefinger. The light pressure from your thumb will open the crossfader slightly. Next, snap your ring, middle and index fingers over the fader in a smooth and controlled manner, like this. End with the fader closed and your index finger providing light pressure against the fader. We are now back to the starting position. You should hear 3 distinct clicks of the fader. The key with the crab scratch is not to be too forceful with the fader and instead to relax your hand as much as possible. It can be quite hard to perform slowly, so just dive in and give it a go and course correct as you get moving with it. Whichever crossfader style you scratch with, once you understand the fader hand technique and have tried it out a few times, it's time to use it with a sample. I find the easiest way to practice the fader hand movement with a sample when first starting out is to use a continuous sound or locked groove, which I have looped up here for this demonstration. This allows you to focus purely on producing clean sounds using your fader hand technique without thinking about controlling the jog wheel at the same time. Keep on practicing until you can hear those 3 sounds consistently. I'd recommend using headphones for this to cut out the physical fader clicks so you can really tell if the sounds you create are clean and crisp. Here it is in regular. If you do not have a continuous or locked groove sample, use the longest sound you have. Cue up the sample and hit play. Release the jog wheel to play the sample, then focus solely on performing the crab fader movement like this. Rewind the jog wheel and repeat. And now in regular. Once you are creating individual clean and crisp sounds, you can start to incorporate jog wheel control. The simplest way to do this is to perform a crab on the forward and reverse jog wheel movements like this. Start with these simple jog wheel movements. You will get a much cleaner sound if you build up your speed gradually. It's really important to have good control over both your fader and jog wheel hands. Let's hear how it sounds over a beat. Now let's practice together over a beat. I'll do the crab scratch for 4 bars, then leave a gap for you to reply for 4 bars. That wraps up the crab scratch. My top tip is to practice the fader hand movement often, even when you are away from the mixer. I used to do this with my hand by my side when I was walking around to really get the movements locked into my muscle memory. To start with, you may find that you get muscle burn in your thumb, hand and arm, whilst you're building up your strength and muscle memory, which is completely normal. Stay as relaxed as possible and take breaks as you need to.